Hey Internet, Grumpy Man here. It's a beautiful Friday fall day in downtown Montreal. I'm gonna miss the slide anyway. Early today I had a long week, so I decided to take off a bit early today. So it's 12-ish. So we'll see. Hopefully this guy turns off, puts his car out of reverse. So we were having a heat wave, and that heat wave is over. So a couple days ago there was a big storm front that came in, and basically we were having like 41 Celsius humidex, so ambient around 30. I don't know, it said 34 in my car. When driving from the train. Even had a nice day of no air conditioning in the train on Monday. That was fun. Not. So now it says 14. It's cool out. It's nice. This morning when I rode into work at around, I left the house at 6, just before 6 a.m. and it was 6 degrees. That was a little bit cool, but I put my Bark Busters back on, and with the heated grips, are they on? Yeah, they're on. Turn them off, I don't think I need them. So, anyway, I had some overtime this week, so I said, hey, I'm gonna leave a bit early today. And tomorrow, since I'm driving for, I don't know, 5-6 hours, going to my buddy's house near Pembroke, Ontario, taking the long way. So basically the longest way I can. Just because the direct way is taking the 417, which is a boring 417 through Ottawa, and then up northwest a bit to Pembroke. Or a medium at a campground, so it's even a little bit further, but we'll see. So I said today, I'll leave a bit early, gas up the bike, check my tire pressures later after the tires have cooled off, and everything will be groovy. So this is normal weather. Frost. If we got a frost warning, that wouldn't be too crazy. You gonna go, or come on? You can fit in. So, yeah, I'm actually tired. So normally, if I left a bit early like this, I would, I don't know, go take the long way home, but I'll just take the regular way home. This is actually really good. So tomorrow when I leave, it's gonna be hot. Oh, come on. When I leave, it's gonna be cold, sorry. So in the morning, yeah, that guy's totally not gonna cut in front of everyone. A Mercedes sports car, yeah, come on. That's why I went stopping suddenly here. There goes his blinker. You're so surprised, that's how it is here. But when I leave tomorrow morning, it should be around 6-7 degrees. Actually, I'm gonna leave a bit later. I'm gonna wait for the sun to come up. So sometime after 7. My pin lock is kind of working, although it's scratched well, not the shit, but it's very not very scratch resistant, put it that way. It's very gentle, trying to wash it, but it's sealing. But apparently they don't work as good when it's super humid. So when I was in fog the other day, on one of my trips, and it was all fogging up, apparently that's somewhat normal. So there's other tricks which I need to try. Something with someone said toothpaste, and then someone said baby shampoo. You just lather it up with baby shampoo and rinse it off or something. I'm sure Google will be my friend for that. Get around these trucks. Like, this is a little bit cooler than I would like, but not so bad. I mean, I don't have to wear, I have a pair of thicker, these aren't really insulated gloves, these have Gore-Tex, these are basically my rain gloves, but there's no ventilation on them, and with them, and I had the heat on, the low setting, my heated grips, and it was fine. So, the other gloves that I have are BMW actually branded ones that I wear when it's like closer to 0. But they're a bit thicker. Protection wise, yeah, they don't have the armor like this one has on the palms and stuff, but they're pretty good. They're BMW branded, they're pretty good. And I might start off with those in the morning if it's really only 5-6 degrees, let's see. But they're not my favorite gloves. These are probably the favorite gloves I have. I've had these the longest, and the temperature range that I could wear them is pretty big. These are Revit, called Extra Fits or something. They don't make them anymore. They make them something similar if you look on Fort9 or Revzilla. Yeah, not Fort9. They don't sell much Revit stuff. So yeah, so the other stuff working on for the channel. I'm getting a logo. I just reached out to some community Facebook pages around my area. See if there's a graphic designer that could, I need a logo. So once I get a logo, nothing fancy, but I need a logo for Grumpy Man Reviews, then I can get merch, and I figure I'll have some contests on the channel for, I'm not really near any milestones. I guess 100 subscribers would be a milestone, but yeah. At 1,000 subscribers, you get, I don't know, you said sponsorship. I didn't really look in to see what that entailed, but whatever. I keep putting videos, people watch them. Hopefully this will be a nice short trip home. No, it says 15 now. These bark butters, they help a lot. They take most of the wind off my hands. But if your body's in the wind and you're doing 100 kilometers an hour, what's the wind chill, you know? So it's below 0. Oh, what is that? Model X? Huh. I don't see many of those. SUV Tesla. I still have to book the service for this, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. I'm just about, I'm gonna hit 20,000 kilometers this weekend for sure, but it's not like the bike's gonna explode, you know. It's just due for an oil change, and it's running full synthetic, so, you know. If I get it done before I park, I get it done. If the weather turns crap, I'm not gonna go in the pouring rain or in the, you know, at like 5 degrees Celsius in the rain just to go and get it serviced. I'll wait till the spring. And honestly, I could do the oil change myself. I could just go get all the other stuff done, which is another option, because the most pressing thing is not even checking the valves and the air filter and all that. I mean, even the spark plugs I can check. It's the oil. The final drive oil, I think it's every other, so I don't think I have to do that. no rain this weekend, so which is good. So I will be, to get up there, I'm going to be taking the ferry, of course, to Oka, and then going through Montebello, and which is the 344, I think, instead of taking the Highway 50, which is the auto route there. So the same way I came back from my last trip, like going that way. Go through Gatineau, and then basically following the Ottawa River north a bit, northwest. And then I cross at some point. And, well, either I'm going to near Pembroke or I'm going a little bit further where this campground is. So I did put the GoPro on this morning to see, because usually you get a nice sunrise when you're going eastbound. And it's dark. The sun doesn't come out until almost 7, and it was 6:30 when I arrived. But just in my driveway, I couldn't see anything with the GoPro. It might not be on auto settings. My GoPro could be set up for more daylight stuff. So I didn't feel like messing with it at like 6 in the morning. So I said, screw it. What is this traffic? Middle of the day. Probably just for people cutting across, I would expect. There's some clouds, but no rain in the forecast for almost a week, I think. Yeah, see, that Mercedes there was in the far left lane here. Just went across 3 lanes because he wanted this lane goes faster, so he can get around. So I was looking at higher windscreen for this, but they all look dumb. The front of this bike is a bit weird looking. It's got like it looks like the front is melted. It's a droopy front headlight, and then with the tall windscreens that you can get, it just looks pretty ugly. And I'm not too sure how much they would actually protect. Hopefully this guy realizes he just passed a person. This morning, there was a guy driving like a maniac, not signaling, just going like pole position in the construction zone. And he kind of looked at me, and I made eye contact, and I tapped on my GoPro. And he just kind of looked at me like, oh crap. Which, to be honest, who cares? Someone's got you on GoPro. Unless you were like drag racing or doing something really dumb, like some kids have been caught, with a GoPro of their speedometer on their super bike, and they're doing like, over 200 kilometers an hour on some highway in Quebec and cutting through cars and stuff. That stuff goes viral, and I'm pretty sure the provincial police have social media people. I'm not saying they have a lot of people, but I'm sure there's someone that checks out trending stuff on YouTube to see. There's idiots. They rip off a corner store and they're posting it on YouTube, doing stunts on their cars, whatever. But I mean, if you're just driving like a Montrealer, whatever, it's not like he stopped driving badly after. He just kind of the weirdest face. Anyway, my GoPro wasn't even on, but he was just like, every time he tried to play pole position, there was another car that was actually signaling and not really paying attention to him and just trying to get along their way. And every time this guy would go step on the gas and try to do a jerk maneuver, this other car was kind of there because he didn't signal this guy, so the other guy did. He said, oh, it's paid for me to like change lanes or whatever, and ended up cutting off this asshole like three times in the space of 10, not even 10 minutes. So it was just angering his body even further. Oh, I am hungry. And if no one raided my fridge, I should have some delicious Thai restaurant leftovers from my wife. So basically that's what's going on business-wise. I mean, technically it's a business. I do it for fun, and if I end up making some money, I mean, would I want to be a big YouTube motorcycle vlogger in Montreal, have people offering me stuff to test, like bikes and stuff? Would I want that? Well, yeah, I'm not dumb. I'd love to do that. I'd love to have Honda call me up and say, oh, we're having a demo day, and can you come, or we're unveiling some new bikes at the racetrack, do you want to come? Clothing companies, but I mean, it's Canada. So the whole logo thing came from I wanted some stickers so that I could put, when I visit places, and if I see, there's a place where a bunch of people have put like their sticker there, like their logo, and I have some. I basically put one on my car. Just, someone might say, hey, Grumpy Man Reviews on CA, what's this? It's all marketing. I mean, this is a side business for me. I'm an IT consultant. I'm just doing this for fun, and I realized, as far as I know, I haven't seen any Montreal motorcycle bloggers. So I have to do a better search engine and just really see who's doing cool. There must be. I mean, I go to these events, I see guys with GoPros or action cameras on their helmets. So, because also, if I don't see a lot of French books either, I can do some vlogs in French. I'm quite capable, and people will certainly make fun of me for my French. But I'm perfectly understandable. I mean, I work at a French company. I have for the last few years. Be a demand. I can certainly do bilingual motorcycle reviews and stuff. Even if I overdubbed it, like took the original one and just recorded audio after the fact, it certainly is an option. Especially if I figured that the French-speaking community weren't really served by. I mean, there's reviews from France. I've seen a car reviewer, a few from here in France. I was looking at car reviews. And there certainly are some. I did find a French forum, a general motorcycle forum. Lots of ads on the site and stuff. It was a bit of a crappy site, but I seemed to get some traffic. I won't be vlogging from December 15th to March 15th, but that's snow tire season, so I won't be driving. Will I make videos about gear? I guess, yeah, if I buy any gear. I'm pretty much holding off buying anything, but the only thing on my list is a top case, so that my son, or whoever else, my daughter wants to come with me on a ride, she'll have like a backrest. They only make like one backrest for this bike, and it's really ugly. And I would lose basically storage space on the back. rush. We're doing over the speed limit. But this white minivan wanted to pass on the right. I'm not really in a rush, so as we're doing somewhere around the speed limit. Oh, beautiful fall weather. You can see the leaves haven't really started changing. That's because we've had that hot spell, but now that it's normal temperatures, it's giving really nice views. More so near my house too, off island. Next week I'm actually going on vacation. I might record something there. I don't think I'll upload from there because I'll be in Europe, but I'm supposed to be going to Athens, so for Canadian Thanksgiving. I mean, it's the perfect place for Canadian Thanksgiving. I've never been, so I've never been further east than I've been to Germany. That. It'll also be warm. Not crazy hot like Greece gets. And I'm looking forward to seafood and experiencing the cultures and seeing all the sites that there are to see, all the old historical sites. It's pretty awesome. Maybe take a ferry to Crete, depending on our time. If we have we run out of things to do, per se. But I'm looking forward to that. The whole family will go, so that's nice. Maybe twice this year we go to Europe, so that's cool. To London around Easter, which was amazing. Last year was Paris, that was amazing too. I'm all about the food. The sights are secondary. I'm there to like, okay, what do you got that's local and delicious? And, local beers, local wines. I know what the big lick here tastes like. That's ouzo, that's licorice flavor. I know what that tastes like. Oh! Slowing down. Not so bad, half an hour. I really like where I live in general. I mean, I'm a half an hour from downtown, and if you don't want to drive, then the train is right there, and that's 50 minutes here to the Bell Center, where the Montreal Canadiens play, which is basically the middle of downtown. It's not really bad. A lot fresher air than Montreal. And well, I don't know if this is the case now, but the taxes are lower than Montreal. I think you still get more house for your money here than on the island, so the West Island or so forth. I know a house my size I don't think I could afford in a place like, I don't know, Kirkland or Beaconsfield or Pierrefonds. Very scenic here. Intersection. Oh, definitely gonna put gas. Basically, a tank of gas, I almost have enough gas to get to where I'm going. Obviously, I'm not going to stretch it like that, but it's 5.5 hours, but it's all, there's not a lot of 100 kilometers an hour. If I remember right, it's all 80, 90. It's funny, when I get out of my car and get on the bike, I notice the vibration more. I mean, it's a twin, eh? There is some vibration. If I just ride my bike most of the week, I don't notice it. I mean, it's not shaking like some of the V-twins and stuff, but it's still there. I always look here to see if they got a Type R, but I don't think there's many Civic Type Rs coming to Canada, and they've already sold one. I think there's one around in my neighborhood, a black Civic Type R. Doesn't mean the guy bought it from here. Yeah, you can only get them black or white here, which it's kind of sucky. They have non-functional grills on it. I don't know if I've probably mentioned it. Because it's like, besides that, it's, you know, there's some racer looks. You know, it's got the big boy racer wing and stuff, but that's not so bad. But the non-functional grill, especially if you don't get the black car, they really stand out. They're on all the models a bit, but it really stands out. But besides that, it's like 39 grand. I don't think there's any options. I mean, it doesn't have as many options as the touring edition, which has heated steering wheel, sunroof, and a whole bunch of stuff. I think the stereo is the same and stuff. You get heated seats. They're nice Recaros, and they're not leather, so that's super amazing. Oh, I gotta stop for some cash. At any rate, I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna stop off at my local bank, get some money for the cash only crap I gotta take care of tomorrow. So oh, look at that. That's a tiny little parking spot made just for me. So everyone have a great day. I will have some new videos soon of some of my trip this weekend. So everyone, take it easy, stay safe. Grumpy Man out.